Aoi. I held Aoi's hand as she lay in the hospital bed beside me and softly spoke her name. Aoi's complexion was improving. Immediately taking her to the hospital and getting her treated seemed to have worked out. The bow shuriken that pierced her chest had apparently been coated with a nerve-paralyzing poison. By all rights, this should have been a serious injury, but her life wasn't in critical danger. Aoi was an urabe and had greater healing abilities than average people. Besides, Aoi, you're awake! Aoi woke up, took a look around at the hospital room and my face, then slowly picked herself up. I helped support her, and, after appearing slightly disoriented, she smiled. Are you sure you should sit up? You don't need to force it then. Get some more sleep. Aoi. Idiot, don't say that. On that note, Aoi picked up the palm-sized doll set on her side table. The head of the doll, modeled after me, cruelly enough, had a huge hole in its head. It came from the bow shuriken Kureha had thrown. The doctor said it was in your pocket, and it was thanks to that you avoided a fatal injury. Aoi hugged the tattered doll. The star sand had spilled out of the hole, but Aoi continued to hug the doll without paying that any mind. No, it's not your fault. If anyone's in the wrong, it's me. I was scared of hearing the truth, and deep down I ran away. I mistakenly believed everything would come to an end if I believed in Kureha. If I truly wanted to save her, I needed to trust her and expose the truth at the same time. What do you mean? So that was the way to do it? If that's what it was, couldn't you have told me too? Why did you keep it to yourself? Aoi. No, you're not. Having you around helps me more than you will ever know. I'm too lenient with Kureha. If you weren't there, I never would have drawn the mallet outside this time either. So please, don't beat yourself up. You've done more than enough, and I appreciate it. I gave her head a gentle pat, and Aoi shyly squinted her eyes. Ah. Oh, I was just thinking about how Kureha would smile like that a lot too. What is it? What did that make you laugh?
ごめん、不謹慎だよね。でも嬉しかったの。クーちゃんと私を重ねてくれて、一瞬でも私を恋人みたいに見てくれて。
Aoi.
ねえお兄ちゃん、お願いだから最後までクーちゃんの味方でいてね。お兄ちゃんが信じてあげないとクーちゃん本当に居場所がなくなっちゃうから。
Yeah, I know. Once I brought Aoi to the hospital, the three great families treated Kureha as a fugitive. I explained to Akari and the others, but that wasn't enough for their superiors to accept. Kureha had betrayed the Sakagami family and was using the mallet to go on a rampage. That was how the higher-ups in the three great families were treating the situation. Even so, I still believed in Kureha. The mallet was simply forcing her to use its power recklessly. They hadn't received a report of Kureha being captured yet. If I was going to save her, it was now or never. But that...
どうしたのお兄ちゃん、行かないの？
What will you do?
私？
Yeah, hypothetically, what will you do if Kureha and I escape this island?
そうだね。その時は待ってるよ。
We might not be able to come back ever again, though.
ないね。
It won't?
うん。だってお兄ちゃんはお兄ちゃんだから。だから絶対帰ってくる。私の知ってる怪盗ウラは女の子を泣かすような真似は絶対しない。クーちゃんの本当の願いを知っていて、それを叶えないわけがない。
Aoi. That was right. She had decided. Even if it was painful, she would tread forward. She wanted to be with me, for us to continue our lives together on this island. Running away was no longer an option. I didn't want to let her be all alone again.
いい目になった。覚悟は決まったみたいだね。
Yeah, I get it. If that's how it is, then you wait here. I'll bring Kureha back with me in no time.
うん、頼んだよ怪盗さん。私の宝物必ず取り返してきてね。
It's not yours, though. It's ours.
そうだね。
I gave Aoi a final pat on the head and opened the hospital room door. Then Aoi spoke to me.
ねえお兄ちゃん。
Hmm?
私お兄ちゃんが好きだよ。一人の女の子としてね。
Aoi.
ふーちゃんにはそのことでもっとお話ししたいことがあるの。女の本音トークってやつだから必ず連れて帰ってきて。約束破ったら一生口聞いてあげないんだから。
Got it. With that brief reply, I left the hospital room. I didn't know what expression Aoi had on her face at the very end. Was she shy, her usual self, or maybe even crying? She loved me. Despite hearing that, my heart didn't waver. My heart belonged to Kureha, and she was the only woman I had eyes for. Just as Kureha was spellbound by the mallet from her desire for me, I was madly spellbound by her. Kureha, I promise I'll save you. The sun had finally started to set and dashed into the forest from off the hilly path. There was only one place Kureha could take refuge right now. If there was anywhere she could huddle over all alone that the three great families didn't know about.
来たでござるか。
Sukuna-san. When I arrived at the Tsuchigumo hideout around sunset, I found Sukuna-san crouched down. Sukuna-san slowly stroked the disheveled blanket and shook his head side to side.
少し前までここにいたようでござるな。暗くなって外に出たのでござろう。一人で夜を過ごすには、この場所は風情がありすぎるでござるからね。
Is that so?
圭介殿はなぜここに？
The same reason you are, because I thought Kureha would be here.
確かにその点では同じでござろう。ただ、お主と拙者では立場が違うようでござる。
We are?
さよう。御三家がクレハを捕まえるために動いているのは、お主も存じておるはず。拙者は今回、カナ様ではなく、吉備積屋のお歴々から直接指令を受けたでござる。子供の不始末は、親がつけろと。
It can't be.
小槌を封印するには、契約者を葬る以外に方法はない。吉備積屋のお歴々は、そう結論付けたようでござるな。残る可能性としては、クレハ自身が欲望を断ち切り、小槌との契約を破棄することでござろう。だが、その道は険しい。人として生まれた以上、欲は尽きぬ。現にクレハは意志が揺らぎ、小槌を使ってしまった。
That's not true. Her will was hijacked by the mallet.
乗っ取られたということは、クレハに心の隙があったということ。クレハ自身願っていたのでござる。小槌を使い、幸せになりたいと。
That's... Kureha had mentioned it. She wanted to dress up and be on the receiving end of my affections and compliments. That was likely one of her wishes, a wish that made her so happy she found it embarrassing. Surely that was one of her many wishes and hidden desires, either good or bad. The mallet might simply be bringing those to the surface in a visible form. Even the attack on Aoi may have been of Kureha's personal will. Regardless. All the same, I still believe in her. At the end of the day, I know she'll throw the mallet away and come back to us.
なるほど。お主はあくまでクレハの味方ということでござるか。
Exactly. I'll be on her side until I die.
しかしそうなると、御三家を敵に回すことになるでござるよ。
I'm ready for that. Even if the entire world is against me, I'll always be by her side.
どうしてそこまでクレハの味方を？
Because I love her. That's plenty enough reason, isn't it?
ケイスケ殿。
My comment caused all the strength to leave Sukuna-san's shoulders. Was he dazed? Relieved? That I did not know. Sukuna-san continued to speak with his face hidden behind his mask.
拙者は犬でござる。娘を養うため、義に報いるため、飼い主への裏切りは許されぬ。
I know. So please, don't show any mercy. I will take you down using my full strength and go save Kureha. Otherwise you two really will lose the places you belong.
かたじけない。
Sukuna-san quietly lowered his head, then retrieved a bow shuriken from his pocket. I drew the Oni baton I'd brought just in case from its holster and got into position.
ケイスケ殿、引き返すなら今でござるよ。ここで逃げても誰も文句は言わぬ。その時は拙者がクレハを助ける。是が非でも。
I can't let my father-in-law push himself like that. You can leave it to me.
抜かすでござる。
Sukuna-san smiled beneath his mask, then readied the bow shuriken in his grasp at chest height. Against an expert like Sukuna-san, this match would be settled in an instant. He likely planned to take me down with the first blow. On the other hand, I could probably win if I staved that off. Ha! I steadied my breath and focused every nerve on Sukuna-san's movements. Then I gripped my baton firmly. Sukuna-san kept his bow shuriken at the ready while carefully analyzing my behavior. I calculated the distance between us, slowly grazed my soles together, and gulped down my saliva. The sound of a single water droplet splashing against the floor was our cue to strike.
Ha!
Sukuna-san acted much faster than I could and hurled a bow shuriken toward me. I used my Oni baton against it. Oni, don't stray off course. I abandoned all defense and leaped straight into Sukuna-san's chest. Gotcha! He went rigid from surprise as I drove my baton into his side and hit him with a jolt of electricity. In the same instant, the bluish-white light glinted. Sukuna-san's body trembled little by little. With that final parting remark, Sukuna-san fell flat to the ground. After confirming he was down, I pulled the bow shuriken out of my shoulder. My arm went numb. It was probably laced with some sort of numbing agent, and I had run into some unexpected complications when removing the weapon too. As a result, my head began to spin. It didn't matter either way, and I pressed forward. In the worst case, I needed to see Kureha. Okay then, I'm off, father-in-law. I emerged from the hideout and made a beeline around the island to all the places Kureha would likely take refuge in. The three great families were almost certainly doing the exact same thing I was. Why had it turned out this way? Kureha looked like she was having so much fun when she smiled. There's no way she wished for something like this. The magic mallet had destroyed everything. Just as mystic treasures could save people, they could also draw them into utter turmoil. As Phantom Thief Ura, as Urabe Keisuke, I would make sure to settle the score for how everything had played out. I don't care who it is, I'll make sure anyone or anything that hurts Kureha pays. Bring it on, you damn mallet! You're going to give Kureha and her smile back to me. Give us back the place we belong! I could no longer hold back and bellowed my demands at the moon that hung overhead. There was obviously no point to it, but I knew deep down I had to scream. If I didn't shout at something, then it felt like I might shatter into a million pieces. I realized now why Kureha had gotten so angry. She was anxious, lonely, and didn't know what to do, so she snarled at us. Because if she didn't, she really might shatter.
Keisuke?
Huh? I turned around to face the owner of the voice, and standing there was... hot. My body felt like it was on fire. I wondered why it was so hot out today. Probably because I was running, or maybe it was just that hot out. Either way, I felt warm, incredibly spacey, and I had worn myself out from all that running. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to rest. I leaned back against the bell monument, took a deep breath, and looked up at the night sky. The sky looked gorgeous at this time of night. The world was quiet, and there was no sign of other people. I should be able to take my time here. I wouldn't have to run, frightened someone would spot me. But why was I even here? I had been running for the longest time from something tremendously scary. Before I knew it, I was here. This place. Yes, this spot was... That's right. This was where I came on my date with Keisuke. I'd visited a number of places while on the run, like the shops we stopped into where we first kissed, and along the roads we held hands. What was I doing, and why was I trying to rely on him at this point, even though I had betrayed him? The one person who believed in me. The one person. Oh no, I didn't want to remember. That was an illusion. Yes, it was all a lie. I never meant to hurt Aoi. All of it, every last bit, was the mallet's fault. I had to remember the moment I was enticed by the mallet and I'd regained consciousness. I'm the one who had hurt Aoi. I'd hurt her with my own 2 hands. I could even recall every word I'd said to them. Everything I said was the truth. I wanted money. I could live a comfortable life and could go on smiling forever with Dad and Keisuke. Aoi was in the way, plain and simple. I detested Aoi for wedging herself between me and Keisuke, all while having that calm look on her face. Aoi realized how both of us felt, but her smile never wavered. I found such strength to be incredibly horrifying. I hated Aoi for that, and my heart grew scared. I couldn't be strong like Dad, kind like Keisuke, or even smile like Aoi. I was unsightly and should just disappear.
そんなことないよ。
Aoi.
クーちゃんは今まで一人で頑張ってきたじゃない。私たちはその頑張りを知ってるよ。だからダメじゃない。これからも私たちのそばにいてよ。ずっと一緒にいようよ。葵。そうよ。あなたはよくやってるわ。小槌だって一人で手に入れたじゃない。立派なものよ。
Is everyone here? Or are these illusions from the mallet?
クレハちゃんが望むならずっと小槌を持っていてもいいんですよ。もともとそれはクレハちゃんのものなんですから。お金がないなら小槌で作りましょう。そうすれば皆さん一緒に笑顔で暮らせますよ。そうだよ。小槌があればみんな幸せになれるんだよ。今からでも遅くない。私たちと一緒に暮らそうよ。え？やめろやめろやめろ！私はこんなもの望んでない！クーちゃん。その顔で私の名前を呼ぶな！お前なんて消えてしまえ！
I took the bow shuriken in my hand and slashed at Aoi's body. In doing so, their bodies turned to mist and vanished into thin air, while their grating, horrendous laughter echoed in my ears. My hand was shaking. The same hand that had slashed at quote-unquote Aoi was shaking. The shaking continued, and the sound of Aoi's shrill laughter lingered in my ears. How many times did that make? How many times had I slaughtered the fake Aois with my own 2 hands? I cast away the bow shuriken and spoke to no one but myself. However, it didn't disappear. The mallet within me wouldn't disappear. I really was a selfish, greedy person. I could sugarcoat the truth as much as I wanted, but I knew I wanted the mallet. Even now, having betrayed the person precious to me, I couldn't part with the mallet. When I suddenly opened my eyes, there was nothing there. All I could see was darkness. All I could hear was the sound of my steady heartbeat and the gentle waves from the ocean. Just me and only me. There truly would be nothing left if I vanished from this place. I guess this was preferable. Maybe I should lose it all and simply vanish into the ether. I hung out from the plaza's handrail and gazed at the ocean sprawling beyond the cliff. If I leaped from here, could I tidally disappear? The mallet brought people ample misfortune, and would find its way back to my hand even if I threw it away. There was no way it would disappear. However, if Otakemaru's descendant disappeared along with it, then it couldn't be summoned again. Nobody else would get hurt. Nobody else would get hurt. I climbed over the handrail and stood at the edge of the cliff. If I took one more step, everything would be over. Strangely enough, I didn't feel any dread. My heart was filled with only relief. I could do it if I took that final step. I could finally rest in peace. Kureha! Kureha! Ah, my ears were ringing again. You were going to make that obnoxious noise and call to me now? Well, too bad. I've already decided to never lend an ear to you ever again. I'll challenge you until the bitter end. At least this way, Keisuke could be at my deathbed while I was still me.
お前なんかに私の居場所は奪わせない。
I turned away from the voice and bid it farewell. Then I took that single step backwards. My body floated lightly with the wind at my back. With a sense of accomplishment at having followed through, a flower bloomed in my mind. Are you watching, Keisuke? I made sure to move forward. I wasn't looking down anymore, but looking straight ahead. You idiot! That's not the path you're supposed to go down! Keisuke's silhouette leaped off the cliff after me. What was supposed to be a fake mist catching my hand, yet still fervently reached out to me. For just an instant, our fingertips touched, those warm fingertips. No. No, 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 no. This was. The sand was. Give me your hand, Kureha! I was immediately assailed with an overwhelming sense of regret, so much so that my chest felt like it would be torn apart. With that regret came pitch-black despair that made my spine quiver. No, 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 no! I don't want to die! 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 I want Keisuke to hug me and be by my side forever, forever and ever.
Keisuke! Keisuke!
Those powerful arms, warm hands, and gentle fingertips. I desperately reached out to try and grab that hand. Ah! When I suddenly came to, a white ceiling leaped into view. What? Was that a dream? I was fuzzy on the details, but I'd worked up quite a sweat. It must have been a pretty terrifying dream. Was it really just a dream? I could hear a chorus of cicadas outside and the sun's mighty rays shone through the window. This was about what you would expect of the height of midsummer. I see. More than a whole month had passed since I had come here. Fresh air really is the best. I walked out onto the rooftop and stretched my arms over my head to loosen up my dulled body. Sitting around in bed all day wasn't in my nature. How long had it been since I moved around like this? Just as I had spied out my window, there was a sprawling blue sky without a cloud in sight. The sun was far too radiant, and there probably wasn't a soul around who would willingly go outside on a hot day like today. Huh? I turned my attention to the girl standing on the other side of the fence. She was crying. I could hardly believe anyone else was here. But why was the girl crying? Had something sad happened to her? What's wrong? Why are you crying?
なくしたんだ。
You lost something?
そうだ。すべてなくしてしまった。私は大切な人たちを裏切ってしまった。でも、その人たちの顔も名前も忘れてしまった。忘れたはずなのに、後悔だけが残ってる。本当はここにいちゃいけないって分かってる。でも、どこに行けばいいのかわからない。誰に会いに行けばいいのかわからない。私はなくしてしまったから。大切な人を裏切って、最後は自分自身にも嘘をついたから。
I didn't really understand what the girl was talking about, but I could tell she was terribly upset about it. She had forgotten something important and didn't know where to direct her sorrows, or something similar. I don't know if this will help or not, but let me tell you about this girl. She was short-spoken and socially awkward. People often misunderstood her, but she was a very kind girl.
どうした？
Nothing. What was it? Something felt out of place. Was she really a kind girl? Anyway, she was the same as you. She once lost everything. Her mom got sick and passed away. Then her father got taken away as collateral for his debts.
それは大変じゃないか。
Yeah, it is. She did some very rash things to try to pay back the debt she'd been burdened with, but she was devoted to rescuing her father.
それは違うな。
It's not?
そいつは自分のために一生懸命だっただけだ。父親に帰ってきて欲しかったのは、自分の居場所が欲しかっただけ。心の隙間を埋めて欲しかっただけ。人のためだとか綺麗事を並べているが、結局は自分が幸せになりたいだけなんだ。
You may be right, but is there something wrong with that? She was working hard for her father and for herself. Both of them were able to smile again because of her efforts. Isn't that a great thing?
そんなのへりくつだ。相手がどう思ってるかなんてお前にはわからないだろう。娘に助けられた父親は迷惑に思ったかもしれない。
If so, you could just ask how he feels. What do you even have a mouth for?
それは
You say you've lost everything, but it doesn't look that way to me. You've just closed your eyes and plugged your ears. You need to open your eyes and take that step forward. Listen closely to what everyone around you is saying. You just have to open your mouth and ask how other people are feeling. Tell people your one true wish.
私の本当の願い。
That's right. Your wish and mine. I replied as I reached out and brushed aside my hair. I gave my cowardly, crybaby, and dishonest former self a hug. I was her and she was me. Unless we stood side by side, then we could never overcome the mallet. Now it's time to wake up. You know who is waiting.
あいつ？
Him, your beloved. So this was the actual dream, huh?
いや、私たちの大好きなあいつのところへ。
A voice. I heard a voice. I heard her voice calling to me. What? Why was she crying? Hey now, we can't have that. Man, who do you think went to all this trouble and for what reason? Idiot. Just you try it. I'll really come back to haunt you. When I slowly opened my eyes, Kureha's crying face was the first thing to leap into view. However, her face immediately distorted. Kureha's tears hit my eyes and blurred my vision. I'm awake, just like you wanted. No need to rely on the mallet. So don't cry so hard. If you cry, it's going to make me cry. Kureha bit her lip and kept the tears pooling in the corners of her eyes from spilling. I see. Let's just go with that then. She sniffled then, both miserably and pathetically tried to put on a brave face. She was acting like this even though she was the one being saved? Yeah, that was Kureha for you. Yes, it was Kureha. The person here was my genuine, beloved girlfriend. Anyway, thank goodness you're okay. There's no two ways about it. I came to pick you up. To be honest, I really want to hug you right now, but I can't move. I'm sorry. My arm was still numb, and I probably got hurt from the fall. To be honest, I couldn't feel anything from the waist down. But thanks to her reaching out at the end, I was able to protect Kureha somehow. If Kureha and I were both saved, then that was enough. That was right. If we were alive, we could redo things as many times as it took. You thought you would disappear with the mallet and bring everything to an end. Is that it? You idiot! It's true that you hurt Aoi, but what of it? I just need to get angry, make up with you, then we'll smile and be done with it. That's all, right? Man, what did you up and disappear and then try to show off for? No, I wouldn't even call it showing off. You ran away. You said you didn't need the mallet and you wanted to be together forever. Why aren't you trying to make that into a reality? Why didn't you ask me or your friends for help? You promised to tell me when you were hurting. Did you forget? You idiot! God damn it, you really are an idiot. Listen, don't you dare say anything like that ever again. I don't care who you are. I'm gonna get pissed if you ever say that again. You really think dying would have solved everything because you think you're a bad person? Give me a fucking break. Listening to that crap is only making me more mad. Let me tell you something. There are times I find you obnoxious and want to violate your body like there's no tomorrow. My heart's just as screwed up. That's normal. I love everything about you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And I want to be with you forever. A single betrayal won't change my feelings. I can't live without you anymore. Figure that out without me having to say it, idiot.
ケイスケなら私はこれからもそばにいていいの？
Obviously, that's why I came to pick you up. I flashed her the kindest smile I could manage and brushed her hair with my trembling hand. That damp yet unchangingly beautiful hair. Welcome back, Kureha. Your hair is beautiful again today. What's wrong? Are you crying?
泣いてなくない。泣いてなくないもん。
You're adorable when you're crying too. I really do have the best bride.
バカ。なんだその歯の浮くようなセリフは。虫唾が走る。ああ、見ろ。背中が痒くなってきた。ムズムズが止まらない。止まらない。止まらないよ。
Kureha.
責任取れこのバカ。もっと優しく抱きしめろ。もう離れちゃやだ。離れちゃやだ。私も前といたい。ずっと一緒がいい。ずっと一緒じゃなきゃ嫌なの。いつまでもそばにいさせてお願いだから。
Yeah, you can. Kureha buried her face into my chest and openly wept. Those never-ending, warm tears soaked into my chest. I couldn't give her a good, strong hug right now, but I could at least stay this way until she was satisfied. Kureha's beautiful and ugly sentiments. I continued to take all of it in with this chest of mine.